We need to challenge ourselves to overcome ourselves. That's what the whole idea about the sauna is I love overcoming myself. I love the challenge of overcoming comfort. Because when you can overcome your own comfort, to move to discomfort, and within that, some opportunity to grow. For me, it's a rebirth experience every time I go to the fucking sauna.
I've built many startups, most of them have failed, so Bitcoin is exactly the place that I like to be.
We're gonna end it right there. Three benefits of fasting. That's what I want to talk with you guys about today. Three major benefits of fasting. Now, I came to this story, I came to this idea and talking about how important fasting is because yesterday I had my sauna visit. Now, or sauna, or jimjelbang, or whatever you want to call it. I went to a sauna. And some of you guys have known this, some of you guys didn't know this, but I enjoy going to a sauna pretty much once a week or so. And it is there's an entire system to it, and I'm going to explain that in a little bit. But we need, and I say we, and this is important, it's an important reminder for me, is that we need to learn to fast. Obviously, whenever we think of fasting, the first thing that we think about is, food, right? And fasting from food. This makes sense. There's a lot of, it's something that comes up naturally. But there are a lot of other things that we should fast from, like technology or anything that we regularly indulge in. Let's be intellectually honest, my friends. In today's day and age, it is so easy to completely satisfy your appetites with digital technology. I mean, ain't it easy, guys? You no longer have to ever experience anything in the real world. You can now visit that place digitally. You can go see that place digitally. You can, quote unquote, experience that place digitally. Some of you like to experience yourself, touching yourself digitally. I mean, let's be honest, guys. It is so easy in today's world to satisfy our appetites. And we regularly indulge in these things. And that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem, is that the things that satisfy us, our appetites that are so easy to satisfy, they end up controlling us. But let's talk quickly. Let's get this whole fasting idea out of the way when it comes to food, because that's not what I'm going to be talking about today. But clearly, it has been studied. There are tons and tons of health benefits to fasting when it comes to food. Weight loss, improved blood sugar level, heart disease, lower heart disease, better brain function, reduction of cancer chances, better mental stability. I mean, there's so many great health benefits of fasting. Now, one thing that I do, and you guys can spend some time searching for this online later, is I spend a lot of time doing intermittent fast. I intermittently fast. I intermittently fast for small periods of time, sometimes almost every other day. Sometimes I'll go without food for a full 6 hours before I eat. And that's really what intermittent fasting is. So look it up if you're interested. But let's get down to the core for me, so you guys can leverage why I care about it so much. The number one reason, guys, that I fast is very simple. I enjoy the process or the feeling of renewal, of purging toxins, purging bad juju, right? I like to use that term a lot, right? I mean, I enjoy the process of renewal, of purging toxins, feeling, like really feeling everything inside of me being purged. Burn it with fire is how I like to say. And I tell this to my wife before I head out to the sauna. It's like, it's time to burn it with fire, right? And that's what I love about the sauna. let me just go on a small tangent for just a second. I've talked about this before, but I don't mind sharing it again because it's such a visceral and real experience. You know, one of the things that I love about going to a sauna, is the fact that I can choose my pain. That's what I love about a sauna. I love the fact that I don't have to be at this place. I don't have to be in the scalding water. I don't have to move from the scalding water that I've sat in for 20 minutes, almost being suffocated with the heat. It's so intense. And immediately moving from that and jumping into the freezing cold bath. Golly, that brings me alive. You know why? Because I am scared. I'm scared. I have to build up my energy. I have to build up my nerve to move from this epically suffocating heat and this boiling water to like Arctic fucking in your face freezing cold water where everything feels like it's dying. That's the point. That's what I love about it, is I force myself. I overcome myself. I face my death. I face the hard choice. Now, some of you guys are saying, oh, come on, Peter, that's freaking easy. No. Go to, if you can find yourself, a hot sauna place that has the hot bath, the cold bath. If they don't have it hot enough, turn on the showers, make sure that it's scalding hot. Sit under there, sit in that thing 20 minutes with a towel over your head. So the heat is so suffocatingly uncomfortable that you feel everything in your body screams, get out of here, you're sweating, you're dying. Like your body is boiling. And then instead of saying, I can retreat from this, I can remove myself from this, say, you know, I'm going to go into even more pain intentionally. I'm going to go into the cold, freezing bath. You tell me how much courage it'll take you to rile yourself up to do that. I do that weekly. I love it. It's a challenge weekly. But here's the point. As I'm moving from the scalding water to the freezing water, I am controlling my rebirth. I am controlling my pain. I am reminding myself what it means to deny comfort, to deny my pleasures, to deny my appetites, to deny comfort for chosen discomfort, chosen pain. I am controlling my death and rebirth in this new skin. We need to learn to fast. We need to learn to intentionally put ourselves into a position of discomfort. Put ourselves in a position where we need something else. Especially, we need to intentionally pull away from, when it comes to fasting, from technology or anything that we consume regularly. We need to challenge ourselves to overcome ourselves. That's what the whole idea about the sauna is I love overcoming myself. I love the challenge of overcoming comfort. Because when you can overcome your own comfort, to move to discomfort, and within that, some opportunity to grow. For me, it's a rebirth experience every time I go to the fucking sauna. But the things of the world, the habits of your life, the technology you consume, and the appetites you satisfy, you know what they end up doing over time? I said it before. They end up controlling us, especially technology. Do you guys remember my podcast on Fisher's fundamental theorem of natural selection? If you haven't listened to that one, go back, search for it. Fisher's fundamental theorem of natural selection. Do you remember what that was all about? I'll give you the TLDR. You've adapted so much to today that you're actually dead. You've adapted so much to today that you no longer have the ability to change for the future. You've been controlled by your appetites. You've been controlled by your desires. You've been controlled by your things. You've been controlled by your habits and your behaviors. We need to learn how to fast. And there's only one rule to fasting, at least for me. It's time box it. How long is it going to be? 6 hours? A day? 3 days? 7 days? A month? Let's jump into it, guys. What are the 3 reasons, the 3 biggest benefits of fasting to me, Peter, the Bitcoin Lambo? Number 1, the number 1 reason why fasting is good for the soul, it's good for you to do, is I desire to be mastered by nothing, no one. I don't want to be mastered by anything. I don't want to be controlled by nobody. I don't want anyone to have a say into how I run my life, how I run my family. I will take your advice if you are more successful than me, if you have world experience, life experience beyond me. I will take your advice. But other than that, I will be mastered by nothing. I see so many people, guys. I see so many people. I know so many slaves to their carnal desires of the world. Food, drink, drugs. I know guys that are high every day, literally every day. I know guys who are slaves to technology, to social significance. Why do people want to be fucking significant online? None of it's real. None of it's real. Number 1, I want to be in control of my life. I want to be in control of myself. I don't want to be mastered by nothing. I don't want to be mastered by nobody. I don't want anyone to have say over me. That's the number 1 reason why fasting is good for you, is because it helps you regain control of yourself. Remove the technology. Remove the time bandits. Remove the Netflix. Remove the shit that's wasting your time. Number 2, it freshens the senses. It increases your sensitivity to life, to the spirit, to energy, to God, whatever you want to call it. But it freshens the senses. You know what happens over time in anything is it becomes dull, right? Even the most juiciest supercar that I have purchased in my past, even the juiciest cars all become dull over time. You know why? That's the nature of reality. That's the nature of life. Things become dull over time. And you know what? We need to remove that shit. We need to remove it and allow our bodies, our minds, our souls to fill in that spot. We've become dull over time. We've become insensitive to the world, to the spirit, to energy. You know what happens when you fast from technology, fast from your appetites, fast from your carnal desires? You reignite passion. You reignite motivation. And you say, well, Peter, what does that mean? When you fast, it freshens the senses. It increases your sensitivity to the world, and it refocuses yourself on real priorities. You know what happens when you fast? I'll tell you what happens to me when I fast. I remember missing passions. I remember forgotten priorities. I remember forgotten goals. I remember forgotten self-promises to myself. I remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. I remember why the pain is worth it. I remember why the journey is worth it. I remember why the decisions are hard to make. I remember why this is what I'm doing. Number 2, it allows you to refocus. Number 3, fasting from life, from things on this world, your appetites, your tech, your habits, your things, right? Number 3, it removes bullshit from your life, right? Yeah, you can refocus, but the better intent is to intentionally remove shit from your life. We collect so much shit over time, so much fucking baggage over time. It's ridiculous. We're like walking through life as a giant magnet that just attracts all sorts of good and all sorts of sometimes shitty too. The problem is that we need to be stripped clean sometimes. Golly, fuck. Like, that's one of the things that I love the most about the sauna. That's what I love the most about burning it with fire when I'm there, scraping my skin down to the fucking bloody core. Like, I come back with these. I've been scraping my skin off all the dead skin. You know, this is a Korean thing, guys. I'm not crazy. I'm not sadomasochistic here. But, I mean, there's a thing about just scraping all the dead skin off till your whole body's like beet red. It's awesome. And then you jump in the scalding water and you burn it with fire. After you burn it with fire, if you got real fucking balls, you jump in the cold thing and you sit there and you fucking die. Like, like I love it. I love that process, guys. Like, we walk through life. Don't miss this. We walk through life as a living magnet, collecting shit. We need to be stripped clean. Let me give you some wins from my life so you can be encouraged. You know what fasting has helped me remove from my life? It's helped me remove shitty foods like milk. Milk has been killing me. Cheese, killing me. Okay? I needed to fast away from that shit. You know what else? Carbs. I needed to fast away from carbs. Carbs was fucking killing me. Let's get even worse. Smoking. Dude, fasting helped me quit smoking. Awesome. It helped me quit vaping after I quit smoking. Awesome. Fasting helped me remove my dependency on coffee. Fucking awesome. Like, I wake up and I'm good, bro. I'm ready to fucking go. You know what else? Fasting has helped remove bullshit tech. I've had so many fucking websites, so many fucking accounts, like, not Instagram, but like so many different accounts all over the place. I remember there was a point in time when I had over 100 fucking domains. Golly. Remove the bullshit. Remove the technology. You don't need LinkedIn. You don't need Instagram. You don't need Twitters. You don't need Facebook. You don't need any of this stuff. None of it's real. Come back. Come back to the real world, guys. I want to be there. Like, people always comment on my Instagram, the Bitcoin Lambo. They always comment in DM. They're like, damn, fuck, that's awesome. I could show you screenshots. Because they see me throwing up on stories that I'm riding the Lambo. Mostly I'm riding the fucking Radical, the race car, right? I mean, but they don't know what they don't, maybe they don't realize what's behind it. What's behind it is I want to be in the real world. I want to interact in the real world. The digital world, man, guys, it's great, but it ain't real. It ain't real. The three major benefits of fasting for me, you can take it as you want, but you should fast food for sure. Fast away from food for sure. But the three benefits of fasting for me in this technology world where our habits, our technologies, our appetites are so easily satiated and they end up controlling us is number one, I will be mastered by nothing. I want to be in control of myself. Number two, it freshens the senses. It makes me sensitive to myself and the world. It allows me to refocus my priorities. And number three, it helps me remove bullshit from my life. God, that's the best part. A simpler life is a life without bullshit. So here's the question for you guys. What do you need to fast from? What bullshit do you need to get away from? Start small. Make the time box small. But trust me, having a discipline of fasting away from the bullshit of this world, you'll be a better human for it. This is Peter, the Bitcoin Lambo. If you appreciated this content, subscribe, smash the lizardy like button, and send this to one person in your network. I also love comments. I always like to pin the best one. May the games begin.